Yeah. So obviously, was up to the challenge. Who they had? What do you think you guys did in that fourth?
We did a better job of just guarding the ball. In the third, for sure, the ball was just getting to the paint a lot, and they were getting to the rim, free throws, rim, and then Clarkson does what Clarkson does, but they had some other guys that stepped up and made shots tonight. Rudy is a big shot maker, but to play to your standard is really hard, and to do it every day is really hard, and that's something that I'm aware of. And you emotionally kind of have not a letdown, but when you don't see the starters or the main group over there, there's a tendency to we always call them trap games or a letdown. I didn't feel like that was the case. I thought we played hard. We just didn't execute defensively, especially in late switch situations where they were popping for threes with Rudy and Pascal. But we found a way to win. And that's the thing that I told the guys in the timeout the last 2 weeks. We just found different ways to win games. And, we'll take it. We'll try to look at the film and get better from it. But playing in a game like that can be tough, especially against a team like that shoots that many threes and the floor is spaced. But I thought in the fourth quarter, like you said, the defense stepped up.
On the flip side of that, Chris putting the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's certain that is a luxury. Sometimes you use that word and it doesn't really bring the same meaning, but it is a luxury to have the ball in his hands. Makes the right plays, and he's not afraid to take those shots. And both he and Book down the stretch made 2 big defensive plays. Book took Clarkson on that last one and fought like heck to, force a miss, and then deflections everywhere. He's diving on the floor. That's a we defend, we mentality. And those are things that probably don't get talked about enough. Everybody just talks about his offense.
What do you see out of the backup minutes at the one spot?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was solid. Sometimes when a team is scoring like that, you emotionally want to go back to the starters. But I thought Elfrid was solid. I thought Ish came in and gave us a lift. I probably could have played him a lot longer than I did. But I think that second unit, especially with the guys we have out, is going to have to play longer and play steady like they did tonight. I just didn't hang in there with them long enough.
Did you talk about Chris? You didn't want to play 40 minutes.
I was trying to use my timeouts to rest him, and then Quinn called a timeout, so that gave us another 2.5 minutes to give him a rest. Certainly. Maybe I shouldn't say it, because every time I say it, I end up playing them much longer than I need to or want to. But I shouldn't say need, because we needed it tonight to get the win. Yeah, that's who he is. He figures it out. He makes your stuff look a lot better than it does on paper. That's for sure.
You talk about not wanting to rely on Chris and Devin. That wasn't necessarily a smack with play they were prominently featured. Did you like the balance of the offense throughout the night?
Well, the 28 assists is a bit misleading. I have to look at the number of passes. I think that's something that in the meat of the game, we have to do a much better job of getting the ball around the gym a little bit. And it does change when the dynamics of your team changes. But the number of passes for us has to be at a certain level, because it tends to wear teams down if we can move them around the gym a little bit. But 28 assists, I mean, I'm glad we got it, but it was probably off of one action to a shot, as opposed to moving it around the gym the way that we typically do.
Apologies if this is referenced. came in and mentioned Book's defense there at the end.
Mhm.
The play somewhat late in the second quarter where I think Cam turned it over, they're on a fast break,
Sure.
and he hustles down to interrupt what probably could have been an alley-oop.
Yeah.
Not that that's necessarily new, but what does that kind of, from your score, how much of a lift and just a model for everyone else is that?
I told him at the end when he made the play on Clarkson and dove on the floor and tipped it to Cam, I said, that's what great players do. They figure it out. When you are trying to win the game and you're in his position, sometimes there's a tendency from the outside to think that it's all offense. And I've been saying this for a while that Book makes plays like that. The one in the second quarter that you alluded to that took away the lob, I think, and then that last one, he and Mikal were talking and he said, let me have him for a possession. And that was a huge possession. He just stalked them for a while, but that's also the luxury of having Mikal. Not that Book was fresh, but he didn't have to chase Clarkson around all night. And then at the end, he was able to make a play like that. But, I don't think that gets talked about enough. The defensive plays that our backcourt and in particular Book makes on a night in, night out basis.
Speaking of Mikal, he looked woozy coming out.
He got clocked, but certainly our people wouldn't let him come back in the game if he didn't pass all the tests necessary to step back on the floor. And I certainly wouldn't put him out there if I felt like he was woozy at all.
Have you ever seen a time in the NBA where the state of the league is what it is between COVID and injuries and how many teams are playing short?
Never in my career. I mean, this is about the strangest era of basketball from missing player standpoint that I've ever seen. The COVID stuff, the injuries, it's just a different basketball. And I think the number of starters that are missing in the league right now is probably I don't know if I should even talk about it because I don't know the numbers, but it just seems like a lot of those guys are out. A lot of rotation guys are out of the league right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.